my trailer,
Okay.
including saying, hey,
The other person was long-winded. So Jesse, the truck driver,
today. And even showing me
he was
pieces
told
of registered mail
to
and saying
ship
someone really wanted their ballot to count.
all these ballots
In total, I saw
from
24 Gaylords.
Lancaster.
Where's that box right here? You got this guy right here. That's kind of a good
Gaylord
representation
box.
of a Gaylord.
Okay, I don't know what that
They're not
is.
usually put together with duct tape though.
Let's see. What's a Gaylord? That's a name for a box.
Too,
what would you call a box a
I
Gaylord?
mean, that will work, all right.
That's interesting to me, anyways.
In total, I
Gaylord.
saw 24 Gaylords.
What is a Gaylord?
Or large cardboard containers of ballots.
Jason, tell us what's a Gaylord.
These Gaylords contain plastic trays. I call them totes, but trays will work.
Okay.
Of ballots stacked on top of each other.
Trays
All the envelopes were the same size. I could see the envelopes had handwritten addresses, return addresses, and I could even tell that one was marked registered mail. That one was off to the side. All right. They were complete ballots. I didn't think much of it at the time. At Bethpage, I was first loaded with 2 tall Gaylords. So picture that thing there, or this little representation.
Darn, that's huge.
But this tall, all right? So
Woo-wee.
I was loaded with 2 tall Gaylords, okay? And
my God,
that were
it's the size of half a man.
That had mixed mail pieces bound for Lancaster. These Gaylords were loaded first because they would be the last off my trailer.
So a truck driver is delegated to
of the truck was loaded with
transport
complete
these
ballots
huge
bounded
boxes
for Harrisburg.
To Harrisburg.
I then drove to Harrisburg with the ballots. Usually I offload in one of the 7 docks every day, but not on October 21st. I wasn't allowed to offload. That's different. Whenever I pull into Harrisburg, I go around and I get my dock and I get unloaded and then I roll out.
Right.
Not that day, all right? Not that day. Instead,
back in October 20
for roughly 6 hours in the yard, from 9:15 a.m. to 3 p.m. This really ticked me off, all right? Because my brother was in town. He just moved back up. And I wanted to spend some time with him. I tried to get the attention of postal workers, but no one would tell me what's going on. All of this was weird. I arrived at about the same time every day. The expediter scans all my seals and barcodes, and they unload me. But for the first time, but from the time I first arrived in Harrisburg from Bethpage, everything got weird. None of that happened. After waiting 6 hours, I went inside to figure out what's going on. I was told to wait for the transportation supervisor. This was also weird. 16 months I've been doing this. I haven't ever talked to the transportation supervisor for the United States Postal Service. I talk to an expediter. I come in, I see an expediter. That's who I deal with. If I have an issue, it's the expediter. I don't deal with anyone else but the expediter. I never talk to the United States Postal Service's transportation supervisor.
Darn.
Let's make that clear. I have my own transportation supervisor for the company that I work for. He's the one that gives me the details.
The big kahuna.
He's the one that I listen to. I don't listen to this guy. He's the guy that would contact my boss if he needed something ran different. I've never spoken with this transportation supervisor from the United States Postal Service. They don't speak to people like me. He's a top guy. He's the kind of guy that would speak to my boss.
I wonder who was that?
Not a trucker like me.
Okay, so the supervisor
told me to drive
USPS
told me to drive to Lancaster without being unloaded in Harrisburg.
Give the trucker specific instructions what to do.
I knew the ballots were loaded for Harrisburg, and that if I was to go to Lancaster, they would have to off unload my those pallets in Lancaster to take off Lancaster stuff to put the ballots back on the trailer to send them back to Harrisburg.
Huh. Because
Doesn't
maybe
make
they
no
need more
sense.
ballots there. Well, that's how those so-called the swing states, they're in cahoots to rig this whole election.
This was a real.
Of course, you have to audit California as well. They've been doing that
I
forever.
wanted my ticket. So whenever I go to a place, when I go there and whenever I'll leave, I'll get a ticket. I'll get a ticket, a slip, whatever you want to call it. It's the date, time that I'm supposed to be there. It'll have my trailer number on it. It'll have how much I'm loaded. It'll have the seal number. It has my name. It'll have who was the expediter. So I wanted my ticket, my slip. I call them tickets. Some
Verification.
people call them slips. Okay.
Yes, that
and then
you've
because
done
I
your
was
job.
there for 6 hours, I wanted my late slip too because I wanted to be paid for sitting in that yard for 6 hours.
I don't blame this guy. He's pretty pissed.
I wanted the ticket and the late slip for stopping in at Harrisburg. Also, I wanted it because if they're telling me to take this load to Lancaster, I don't want to pull up the Lancaster of Harrisburg crap and be like, yeah, they just told me to come here and not have no ticket because they don't look like I just came straight here, you know? Just to prove that I was there.
Okay.
And so others would know I wasn't the person that screwed this up.
All right, so that it's gonna take a little
Ticket is
while.
always provided to a driver.
Oh, I just saw the
when they
ticker.
arrive at a United
Come
States
in,
Postal
ask
Service
the
facility
Wisconsin House
that proves you were there.
221,000 illegal
The
ballots.
transportation supervisor
Notify governor
refused
certification.
to give me a
Yeah!
told me to
Notify this
I then
damn
demanded
election. They caught
he gave me a
cheating.
late
Their
slip.
hands were caught in a
since I
cookie
wanted
jar.
to get paid for the time I was sitting there
on calls for
and waiting
Georgia.
and waiting for them to offload me. He refused to give me that too. He was kind of rude and wouldn't explain anything to me. He just told me to go to Lancaster. I then
He first
drove
called
to
him an
Lancaster,
asshole.
unhooked my trailer in its normal place, and then drove my truck to where I always park it in a nearby lot. And then I went home. The next day, it just got weirder.
Oh, yeah?
As I arrived at
Okay.
Lancaster,
I hang on for so long. Tell me.
Lancaster's United
Tell me.
States Postal Service facility, with my tractor, I went to hook up to my trailer. Mm-hmm. My trailer was gone.
My trailer was gone. Someone stole his trailer?
10R 1440. Since I started driving that Bethpage route, I've always had a trailer 10R 1440. I like that trailer. It was a nice trailer. I know you guys probably don't really know nothing about truck driving or trailers or anything, but
Okay,
rear
I
tandems
have to
had,
stop here because
if you're driving light, the rear tandems will actually, the front axle will actually go
it's
up.
interesting. My hands are getting tired.